Governor, this is all good until you overturn the Supreme Court 2010, which brought us the super PAC. So is it inside Washington or is it inside the judicial system? Everything else is discussion. Next week, we're going to see a lot of the anonymous donors unveiled. It's going to be an interesting discussion about the super PACs. But until you solve that, everything else is discussion.
You know,
it changed our democracy.
I cannot argue with your point. It's valid. This is a complex subject.
I think it's as simple as that, frankly.
I do too, but you can approach it different ways. You can approach it by the leader of our country making it an issue. Mr. Obama seems not to. You could make it an issue in the campaign. So far, it's not been an issue.
But do you agree that the Republican-driven Supreme Court made a big mistake with that?
What do you mean the Republican-driven Supreme Court?
I don't know, 5-4. I don't know. If we try to line it up, I don't know. I saw that as a 5-4. Mark, help me out.
Donnie,
I'm just keeping score.
It's not about Republicans and Democrats.
No, it's not.
It's about America.
Okay.
So quit doing it, Donnie.
Hey, this guy,
I love
Buddy,
America. That's
has
why I'm
a
defending
message.
democracy.
Well, you know,
love this
I think the country is better than it's showing now. I think we're a nation in decline. Let me say it. I can give you all the evidence you need. A debt that'll never be repaid. A budget that'll never be balanced. A tax reform bill that will never get to first base. You can't read the tax code. GE pays nothing. You paid more taxes than they did. It's not fair.
Yeah.
How do you solve it? You quit having special interests run Washington. Now, your question is, well, that depends on the judiciary. No, it doesn't. Congress can, let me tell you what Congress can do.
I know.
Congress could require,
Donnie,
you want to solve it?
Yes.
Congress could require 48-hour disclosure.
I love that.
Congress could require full disclosure.
Okay.
Congress could limit PAC contributions to individuals. That's $2,500.
I've had a revelation.
They can do that by law.
It's that one Supreme Court decision. It was the most important
decision
of the last century, guys.
Oh, Donnie's right.
No, you shut up.
Now, Joe.
Democracy.
Look,
nobody wants to address that.
Look, I refuse to be paralyzed.
By the way, I
refuse to quit.
Yes, I do too. I know.
Governor,
But I just
after the decision,
Let's listen to Mark.
That's a joke. Fight.
after the decision, the president in 2010 tried to make it a big election issue, and it didn't go anywhere.
He really stayed with it, didn't he?
Well, he stayed with it.
Come on,
Mark, he's
election.
BS.
You're so nice.
He doesn't care. Here's the only president in American history who barely 2 years into a 4-year term announces re-election, and I'm going to raise $1 billion. Guess where he got it from? Wall Street and Goldman. How does it go?
Playing by the rules.
Goldman friggin' Sachs.
And let me say, even before that 2010 election that you were that decision you're talking about, buddy, this president was the one, after all, that said, you know what, I'm not going to be held to the spending limits. I'm going to be the first in U.S. history.
He double-crossed John McCain. They had an agreement.
They had an agreement. He made a vow to the voters, and then he broke his word. So, come on.
The press made him pay a price for that.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah, they really held
The press has been very unfair.
Look, it's not about Obama and Romney. It's about us. It's about America.
everybody.
Stand up.
Okay.
And let me give you a place to do it. BuddyRomer.com.
Oh,
If I could
God.
do that.
There we go.
No better place.
Write that down, Joe.
You got two options. So listen, you got option number one, BuddyRomer.com. And the donations are limited to what?
$100 or less. No PAC money.